Happy Wednesday. Let's talk some Tennessee baseball today. Frank Rock, House of Orange Sports Channel. Tony Vitello has named his starters for this weekend going into Arkansas. And we'll talk the starters. We'll talk what I'm looking for this weekend. We'll talk what's at stake. And may try to put a little perspective in what this series has been for Tennessee. Make sure you hit the like, the share, hit that subscribe button as well. I think I've had some people get a little upset. I've lost subs this week on it. So I'm going to try to tone it down a little bit, but you guys know how I am with it. I'll tell it the way I see it. If you don't like that, I'm sorry. That is what it is. But if you've been around this channel, you know I try to tell it the way I see it. Doesn't always mean I'm right. Doesn't always mean I'm wrong either. That's what we attempt to do here. And, yeah, there's been some frustration with Tennessee baseball along the way. But we're going to try to put some positive spin on it. Can this be the turning point for Tennessee baseball? Because the good thing about it is today is May the 14th. No College World Series has been won on May the 14th at this point. No College World Series is going to be won at the end of the day on May the 17th. It's going to matter a few weeks down the line, a month or so down the line. That's when it's going to matter. Could Tennessee get this thing turned around this weekend? Because they're not far off. They're really not far off. It's just cleaning some things up along the way. But the moves today was really after Tony Vitello's press conference last night and his comments. Really doesn't surprise me the way they went. I was leaning after last weekend. They may go away from Marcus Phillips. His comments were a lot more tuned down last night. And Marcus Phillips will go Thursday night, because he said Liam Doyle had the Auburn where he went Friday, then he had to turn around and go Sunday. He went 100 pitches last weekend. They said they didn't know if they wanted to move him up. Liam Doyle is staying Friday this week, but he'll be the game 2 guy. So I'll be interested to see how that works out for them. Tegan Coons goes on Sunday. So what I'm looking for out of those 3, we need Marcus Phillips. All right, I know the steals. I know that stuff has been rough. What are we doing to help him, though? What are we doing to help him? Because this may be the best offensive team we've seen all season coming up this weekend. If we get the Marcus Phillips against LSU, against Florida, who's been really good for the most part, we'll have a shot this weekend. But we've got to do some things to help him out if runners do get on base. We don't pitch out. He rarely throws over. I mean, what more can we do? And then when they get to second, I mean, it's like nothing. So here's what I want to look at. Tony Vitello said just be confident is what Marcus Phillips needs to do. And, it might be easier said than done after Vitello basically reamed him out last weekend in the postgame. I don't know what was said behind the scenes, but I think Vitello is a pretty honest guy along the way. I don't think he's a guy that necessarily goes behind his team. We'll tell him one thing and then go blast them. I mean, that's not his thing to do. So I would imagine that conversation has happened behind the scenes as well. Phillips goes, we need him. We need him. We need the Marcus Phillips we know to come out and take care of business. And, if the defense will play behind him too, all right, you give up a couple steals, so be it. And maybe at times with 2 outs, we just eat the ball when they're still in third base. Maybe we just eat it and let our defense make plays. Maybe there's times we play the infield in if they get to third and we try to cut that runner down at home. I've not seen Tennessee do that one single time this year. So you're sitting back to take it out and give up a run. I get it early in a game. Later in the game, though, we still use the same philosophy on it. But Phillips goes Friday. Doyle, if Doyle does his thing, we'll be in good shape. Doyle is going against the infamous to be announced for Arkansas. They'll face Zach Root for Arkansas Friday night. Heck of a pitcher, one of the best in the country. He's 6-3 over 13 starts, 3.88. Sunday's Coons against Gage Wood, who started 6 games. He's 1-1 with a 5.51 ERA. What I want to see is, let Doyle do his thing on Friday. We need him to be what he's been for the most part this year. And then on Saturday, let Coons pitch. Even if he happens to get in a little trouble early, let him go. Let him work through it, because, what's the difference at this point? And we'll talk bullpen in a minute, but I think you need to let him build some confidence. And, if he gets in a situation where he gets in trouble, give him a chance to pitch out of it. Because, if soon the first sign of trouble, we're getting somebody up on it, man, let somebody, we've seen them let guys pitch through trouble over the years, and I get it at times. It's guys with more starts, more SEC experience, but still yet, how are you going to build that? Let him pitch, man. Let Coons pitch. He pitched really well. He's been really good the last 2 weekends. LSU and he come in relief in that outing. Out of all his starts, he's done a good job, man. He's had some rough luck along the way. And the defense has let him down numerous times too. South Carolina, maybe he didn't have his best stuff, but he still got into the 5th inning, was it? Last weekend, he goes 3 2/3, 5 strikeouts on the day. Did a really good job. Let him cook, man. Let the chef cook on Saturday in a road environment. I think he'll be ready for it. I think he'll be ready to go. I think this Tennessee, I feel good this weekend because it's not at home. It's not at home. It's going to be a hostile environment. This Tennessee team just needs to go take care of business this weekend. We've noticed the difference between midweek and weekend. They're a lot more laid back. They're a lot more relaxed. They go out and play baseball. What can we do? What can we do to get them to that? We've got to do something to get them to that. And, the thing I'm thinking here, and I'm being half funny, 2004, if memory serves me correctly, the Boston Red Sox were down 3-0 against the New York Yankees in the American League Championship Series. It's been said the Boston Red Sox decided to pass a bottle of liquor around, everybody get a shot before the game. And you know what? I don't think they lost the game the rest of the series. Maybe Andrew Fisher, somebody needs to sneak a bottle of Jack Daniels this weekend. And let's get everybody a shot, get them eased up, and let's go play some baseball. I'm only about half kidding on that, whatever it takes. Maybe I'm fully kidding, maybe I'm not. But let's get these guys relaxed, whatever we can do this weekend for it. Get them relaxed, get them playing ball. Maybe they're more relaxed on the road. Hitting, I said I was going to talk bullpen. Here's what we need. We're probably going to see Loy, Franklin, Sneed, Arvidsson, Krenzel this weekend. Will they possibly give up runs? Sure, it's a great hitting team that we're facing. But, man, if we can minimize it, get these guys' confidence going. They all have the talent. They can all get the job done. We've seen it at times. What can we do what can the staff do to help these guys out? Sometimes you make a good pitch and a guy hits it, you tip your cap to it. What can we do to help these 0-2 fastballs? It's happening with numerous guys along the way. What can we do to help them out on that? If I had to, I'd freaking bowl one up there just to change it up a little bit. And I get wanting to be aggressive. I get not wanting to waste pitches, but down the middle of the plate with 0-2 is just, to me, a senseless pitch. It just doesn't make sense. So I say this. I know this staff has not been performing. I don't think anybody will doubt that. And I'm talking about as a whole. I'm not singling anybody out on this. I'm talking about as a whole. It's just not been there. The talent is there. If you look at, I saw on ESPN.com today, their top 100. Tennessee's got a lot of guys in the top 100. Franklin's top 100 for the draft. Of course, Doyle, Marcus Phillips is in there. A.J. Russell is in there. That's for the upcoming draft here as well. The talent is there. I would still put this, based on talent, and I look back on it, second to the 2022 team, because that 2022 team had Chase Burns, Blake Tidwell, Chase Dolander, Drew Beam, Ben Joyce, Seth Halverson, and more. That's the 6 that comes to mind off the top of my head, with a few of them already in the major, 4 of them in the majors. Chase Burns, in some outlets, ranked the number 1 prospect in college baseball, and Drew Beam's doing really well in the Kansas City organization. That's 6 dudes right there. That's kind of hard to beat. But this staff has those guys, though. They have MLB guys in this staff, in the starting rotation and in the bullpen. All three guys starting this weekend will be high round draft picks. All these guys I mentioned in the bullpen, I definitely think Franklin will be high level. You see that kind of heat he throws, he's got the potential. He's got the potential. It's just, I don't know if it's location. I don't know if it's where he's being called to throw it or what. I would like to see more of his secondary pitch. I say, I don't say it that I know more than Frank Anderson. Frank Anderson's great. He's one of the best in the business that there is. I mean, we saw it last year, the progress. You see what's happened to Liam Doyle. Liam Doyle had an over 6 ERA last year. He's probably going to be SEC pitcher of the year this year. Frank Anderson, Tony Vitello, all these guys know baseball. They're very good at it. What can we do, though, when we're struggling to help these guys out? And I still have confidence this staff will get that done. Our lineup, we just got hit. To me, the key, can we get Gavin Keelan back going? And I think a lot of it's just been where he's come back from injury. Maybe I wonder if he's still kind of hurt a little bit along the way. But, I mean, Fisher, Inslee, Vargo, they've been doing a good job. Other guys have stepped up at times, don't get me wrong. They're Curly. I was really happy that he had a good hitting weekend. He had 6 hits last weekend, 3 2-hit games. Can he continue that as well? I still got confidence in it. Guys in the lineup, every guy in the lineup did something good or had some good moments last weekend. I know they didn't. Sunday, there was a lot of times they maybe didn't come through on it. Man, I'm still not giving up on this team. And I've seen a lot of people doing it. And I know I've been pretty animated since Sunday about it. But, part of it's because I know this team can still get the job done. I'm not ready to give up on them yet. Yes, I've called it like I see it. Whether it's the coach, I put a lot. I'm not putting anything on anybody anymore. It is what it is. We're where we're at. Here's the bottom line this weekend. This Arkansas series, in our last 10 versus Arkansas, we're 9-1. We have not won a series against Arkansas since the year 2005. That was in Knoxville. We have not won a series in Fayetteville since 2001. It's been a minute. We have not even won a game. Well, we beat them once in 2021. We beat them once in 2017. And we beat them once. Let's say we beat them in 2015, a game down. The last time we won a game in Fayetteville was 2015. So it's been over 10 years since we've won one there. Marcus Phillips comes out. I got a feeling he's going to come out fired up. He's a guy that doesn't show a lot. He shows it some. I think he comes out ready. I'm going out on a limb here. We're bouncing back. This is going to be the start. This is the turning point for Tennessee baseball this weekend. When Tennessee's backs get against the wall, that's when they're at their best. Tony Vitello, his staff, these players, they're about to amp it up. They're about to go to Fayetteville, and they're about to turn this thing around. Frank, House of Orange, like, share, subscribe. Here's where I need you guys, all right? The live streams, these things, we need support on it. Super chats, super thanks, they're greatly appreciated. They make that worth the time to do it versus videos on it. I like doing the live streams with the live chats. That support, though, that's where it makes it worth the time because I'm investing 15 minutes versus an hour. It's got to make sense. That's why I kind of narrowed it down. But I really appreciate you. Thank you guys for your support along the way. Hit that subscribe button. Let's get this thing to 4,000. But have a great rest of your evening. And last but not least, go Vols.